I agree too. I feel like my only issue would be like, like you said, like if they have financial problems and like, they got to move in, but like you're not moving towards anything because like I feel like, I've met people that like they'll just stop working or be like, and I get it, people be having mental health problems or whatever. They'll stop working, but then they don't get a job for like 3-6 months, like to a whole year out. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're just, chilling that. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's like stuff like that. Like, if I was in a relationship with someone like that, like, no, like, there'll be a cutoff, like, point where I'll be like, you're not getting your stuff together. I think we should just be done because, I'll be that support system. But, like, if it's just, like, you are just not doing anything, I don't know. I can't do it. Like, well,
just think about it, Beni. Yeah. You come home from work and they laying down on the sofa, smoking up under your blanket.
Rub my feet together.
two bowls of cereal on the ground.
So you got to do something. Like, yeah, like if you're there, you're not helping cleaning or something. Like, do something. Like while you're like, yeah, but.
Living together before marriage.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the video first, and then we gonna continue.
I didn't listen when it was told to me, so maybe I can help somebody else out. Please, please, please do not move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend until you're married.
Now, I don't really have much to say about this video, only the same thing that I've heard majority of my life. Why would a man buy the cow if he can get the milk for free?
All right, y'all. So how do y'all feel about this? I know we have couples in here.
Did you set us up?
No, I didn't set y'all up. I know a lot of people who actually lived together before marriage.
Yeah.
And I have my own opinions about that. Not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was on TikTok. So y'all let me know how y'all feel.
The relationship go off.
Personally, I feel like it's a requirement. I feel like you really don't know your person until you live with them. That's just my opinion.
True.
Like some people get blessed and might have met their person in college. And I feel like that's a little bit of seeing how they are on their own. But I feel like they already say the first year of marriage is hard. So you adding in, you don't know how they are in the morning, how they are when they stress, how they are at work, how they are when they broke, how they are when they get fired, how they are, period, on top of the fact of you've been really dating a representative to me for a while. Like, you don't really know them till you wake up and look at them every single day. That's just me. That's not something I want to find out. I'm already locked down. I got a ring, and I'm just like, I really hate the way he fold his socks. Like, I don't want that breakdown.
How else can you fold your socks?
Hey, it's a couple ways to fold your socks now.
I can only take one.
I only seen one.
I'm just saying, I don't know. What y'all think?
I think it's perfectly fine to move in, before marriage. My parents did it, and they were practically like kids when they did it. Like, they were in middle school, because my parents been together since they were in middle school. But yeah,
those
I know, right? Intimidating. I'm like, you can't find them like that for real. But they were able to see each other. Like, you see a very vulnerable side of your partner when you're able to live with them. A lot easier than just being able to hang out with them or just visit them, because at the end of the day, you get to go home back to your place. But to actually live with them shows a completely different side of them, how they clean, their hygiene, like all of that stuff. The rules, what kind of makes them irritable. Like, I think it's completely fine to go ahead and just do it.
If they really you might not like nobody in your house, and they might love people at their house 25-8.
Yeah.
And then it kind of forces you to compromise a little bit more, because you can't. It's when you're going to be involved with somebody, you can't just have it your way all the time. You got to be able to actually be in a partnership and talk things out and be like, okay, let me calm down with this department. Let me do this.
Okay.
Good answer.
Like I said, y'all done said everything. So, obviously, y'all see we live together, but Yeah, I mean, it's been smooth. Like, definitely, I do agree that you have to live together to get to know your partner like more. Cause I don't know, like you said, like the first year being married is kind of hard. Like I feel like the first year me and Tony were living together, it was hard to trying to figure out like a better way to communicate. Cause it's just the littlest things can set you off, like literally. So I just feel like being able to connect, compromise, just build that bond and see how y'all connect and the vibe each other go off of is just, I just feel like living together does help you see yourself, like if you want to stay with that person for the rest of your life or, after marriage. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It was definitely a learning curve at first because you're just used to being you.
Yeah, your own space. Yeah,
being in your own space, and of course, like when you're kids and stuff, like you live by your parents' rules and you live with siblings if you have them. Until like now you're a partner with somebody and you're paying bills and like y'all are being grown and everything and
taking care of a pet together. Yeah, like, before kids.
I know. Anybody want a dog?
Okay, please.
Okay. So, like, I mean, it's like she said, a lot of compromise. It's a lot of learning each other because right now, not only are we growing with each other, but we're growing up. So it's just like we're finding each other out at the same time as finding ourselves out. So I feel like it's a good thing being that we get to build together rather than like build alone and then just kind of start knocking each other down whenever we move in together, kind of a deal. So yeah.
I do feel that. Okay, so y'all know older people, they say it's called shacking up.
Shacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do y'all think it was such a negative thing put on it?
I think because it didn't sound like you had intentions. I think it's completely different if you have the intention of getting married versus we're just easier together, so we just gonna kick it like that. I think there's a difference in that.
Okay, yeah. I see where you're coming from too, because that definitely sounds more like if you look at it on the other side, it's like, okay, they just in there to lower rent, and y'all know what they saying with shacking up. They just in there so they can have sex.
They in there hunching.
In there hunching, yeah. But they need to
anywhere.
go on ahead and get married. And then, all that extra stuff. All right, y'all. So in my situation, I've been with my girl a long time. She says she won't move in with me until we get married.
Oh.
Well,
some people do that.
Yeah.
How you feel about that, Steve?
Yeah,
How do I feel about it? I mean, I really don't care too much either way. If she wanted to stay with me, I mean that's fine. We can work through that. Yeah, we could work through that. I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
However, she does not want to. So now it's like we are working through that. I think it's just I've been with her for so long that I kind of know who she is. So I'm able to see her through different phases of her life, even though she does not straight up just live with me.
Mm-hmm.
One of her major things was that she said, like the girl said in this video, if I move in with you, you might not marry me. So she had that same connotation like they used to have back in the day, like
you're stuck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You wasted your time.
To me. Yeah. Exactly.
I was gonna
I don't
say
like that connotation.
Yeah, I think the culture was different back then in the sense of like you had to move with intentions. So if you were to just go ahead and move in with someone and there's no intention of marrying, that's when they're thinking like, oh, I mean, what's the point of them actually getting married if that's what she's going to settle with no ring on her finger sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the culture definitely a lot different back then, but we've progressed into whatever we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I personally just think it's a lot better to just move in with somebody ahead just because you get to see a different side of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would be the determining factor as far as like, do I like them enough or love them enough to deal with this or love them enough to just go ahead and call it quits?
Yes, it's easier to end a lease than end a marriage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge commitment. Like, my goodness.
And most women back then, they didn't have a choice. Either, and my aunt was just telling me about this, like, it was either the only way you get away from your parents is if you go get married.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There's no go get my own house, get my own bank account, go do like it's go get married or you staying with your parents.
Mhm.
Everybody know how I feel when you leave from college. You definitely don't want to go back home.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
some people didn't even go to school, so it's like that was your only
Mhm.
option. So I feel like people have options now, but it's definitely about intent. Like, should you do it if it's just we just having fun? Nah, I wouldn't say that. But if you plan on building with that person, I think it's a good step to take personally.
Necessary.
Very
I feel like it's necessary for that reason that y'all are saying. Like you get to know that person on a whole another level than you know them before. Like you may think you know everything, Steve, but I think once y'all side by side all the time, even more than y'all are now, then it's gonna bring up at least one other thing that you're gonna be like, damn.
It's a lot.
Mhm.
But also, I
know that.
want to say I don't like the connotation that it was put out, like, because I feel like it's a parallel to when people say, "I'm not going to treat my significant other like they're my husband or wife until they're my husband or wife."
Yeah.
I don't like that either, because why would I choose to be my wife if I don't see you as my wife? So if I'm letting you move in, shit. Or if I'm moving in with you, I definitely see something coming down the road. Cause I like my space. I'm not just gonna let anybody in this motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, when should people do that? Like, is it a time limit? Like, if they just meet and then they move in together, would that be count as shacking up? Or if they've been talking for a little while and then they like, all right, we know we want to move forward, let's move in together. Like, what y'all? How y'all?
I mean, they could be if it's off rip, they could be like moving something, but they most likely hunching.
100%. Bumping ugly for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it matters what time period did you meet your person in. I think that's a big kicker. I can't imagine moving up. Like, say me and my person met in college. Like, I can't imagine not meeting someone in my adult life. Like, I don't know nothing about them. I don't know none of their friends. We never went to school together. We have no mutuals for real. I just met you just in the world. I can't imagine like moving in with someone that fast. Like, that sounds crazy to me. So I don't know. Maybe a couple years. I guess it depends on how both feel. Because some people just know, and some people take their time. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to get married in 6 months though, so like it's a feeling thing between you and your person.
Yeah, the level of trust you got to get to, however y'all get there.
Yeah.
Are you worried about it, Steve?
Am I worried about what? Moving in when we get married?
Yeah.
Does it seem like that's gonna be? No, I'm not too worried, y'all. I'm not really worried. I've just known her for a long time.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. You know, we went to college together as well, so that kind of situation, you know, you kind of in closer proximity to a person. It's like you living next door to them. So
you know all their friends and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like, you know, it's this stranger that I met in my adult age, and then we kind of get married. And I don't know a lot about them, so no, it's not.
Steve's scared she gonna move in and then he gonna get kicked out and get put on the little bed behind him.
The little bit is crazy.
With the curtain falling on him when he sleep.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't got to be happening.
But I feel like it just depends on the vibe, honestly. Like it depends on the situation. It depends on the relationship. What my mama like to call it, she called it playing house. Not anymore with us, but you know. So I feel like it depends on the kind of people that y'all are and the space that y'all in y'all relationship. So if y'all communication is right, then it'll be a lot easier to move in together. But if y'all need to work on communication, it's only gonna get worse whenever y'all in close proximity. So
I agree.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. A little situation go down. Let's say, you know, you got a significant other. Y'all been dating, we'll say, you know, maybe 3 months or so, something around there. It's still early. So you know, y'all might not be all the way locked in all the way yet. They start going through some financial troubles and they like, can I move into your spot? What y'all think? Y'all letting them move in?
Well, it depends on. Personally, for me, I would say yes because I don't necessarily date without intention, but it depends on what the situation is. Like if they're dating just for fun and giggles or whatever, I wouldn't let them move in. But if you're moving with intention, as far as like this is the person I want to see, I actually want to progress with. There's going to be ups and downs in a relationship regardless. One person could be up one time, another person could be down. So this might be the opportunity to see how it's going to be for you.
Yeah, I agree too. I feel like my only issue would be like, like you said, like if they have financial problems and like, they got to move in, but like you're not moving towards anything because like I feel like, I've met people that like they'll just stop working or be like, and I get it, people be having mental health problems or whatever. They'll stop working, but then they don't get a job for like 3-6 months, like to a whole year out. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're just, chilling that. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's like stuff like that. Like, if I was in a relationship with someone like that, like, no, like, there'll be a cutoff, like, point where I'll be like, you're not getting your stuff together. I think we should just be done because, I'll be that support system. But, like, if it's just, like, you are just not doing anything, I don't know. I can't do it. Like, well,
just think about it, Beni. Yeah. You come home from work and they laying down on the sofa. You open up under your blanket.
Rub my feet together.
two bowls of cereal on the ground.
Went to work all
so you got to do something. Like,
what's for dinner?
Yeah. Like if you're there, you're not helping cleaning or something. Like do something. Like while you're like But
yeah, I'm gonna let you in, but I'm gonna call you broke.
Wait.
I'm gonna let you in, but I'm gonna call you broke.
That's supposed to be your significant other, and you calling him broke like that?
Broke best friend.
I feel like you will pick up on tendencies beforehand, though, so you would know what kind of person that you have before they kind of move in. Like if you would know if your person is a go-getter, they wake up, they even though they don't have a job, like I'm a Uber Eats or I'm a DoorDash or something like that. Like I'm gonna make sure I make some sort of money, and then whenever I get back on my feet, I'm good. Or you could date somebody that's just like, I don't got a job, I'll just figure it out. Jago said 2 bowls of cereal, and like I'm taking your car, dropping you off at work, and while I just that kind of person, like you see the kind of person that you have, I feel like that would move you in that right direction. I feel so.
Yeah, I'm saying, but let's be real. Y'all know this happened to people for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the Insecure. It's in Insecure episode.
Yeah, that's why she cheated.
Mm-hmm. But you never know what.
Sexuals.
You said what?
Oh, he said
homosexuals.
Homosexuals.
That's the term. Fucking for a place to stay.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
That's the classic example of shacking up, Jacob.
That's funny.
Classic example.
Sometimes you got.
Was Lawrence going through something? Was he depressed? Was that it?
Lawrence was depressed. Like he wasn't. Yeah, he was depressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it might depend on the person because a person could start off like Tony said, like as a go-getter sort of energy. Because towards the end of the season, he did come back into himself, but it was just like that's what's crazy about humans. If we be up sometime and then we really be low.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Going up and down. So it is kind of like, get it together. But at that point, it is a matter of communication, I feel like. Because he should have been able to address that and really get on his ass outside of like cheating, I would say. And everything hit the
I was going to say, you said he was depressed. That whole situation just turned a little bit okay now. Hold on now.
She left me.
Sorry. Hey, y'all got anything else to say about living together before marriage?
Read the room.
Damn, there it is for the day.
Yeah, sure.
There it is for the day. It comes out every episode. It's going to come out every episode. Read the room, people.
It fit every situation.
Shit crazy.
All All right.
The tears don't work here, but what she said. Read the room.
Okay, bro.
You might not get any tears out in this episode. Hey, well, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Please.
All 3.